Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back again. Um, yeah, last week I didn't make a video because I didn't really think it was worth it. Just a regular Apex fight. I didn't feel like anybody really cared about it. I still watched it. It was pretty good, even though the card was very, very garbage. And we have another garbage card coming up this Saturday. It just feels like these next 3 weeks are just gonna be absolute garbage, but good, pretty good, decent main events. Like this main event that's this weekend, Evloev and Murphy. I will be making a video on that because that's a very important and good fight. Uh, yeah. So I mean, what can I say, dude? Fucking nobody wants to hear about Josh Emmett and Kevin Vallejos. But yeah, man. So today we're gonna be talking about all the fights that the UFC announced, Dana White announced on um a new platform. I love what he's doing. Instead of he got out of that room, um, and he got out the Instagram lives and shit like that. Um, and now he's actually like announcing these fights live. So hopefully he doesn't just do that for this and honor the White House card. Hopefully he does that for, you know, all the cards next, after this. Um, yeah, no, I like what he's doing with that. But yeah, so he announced all the events that are leading up to UFC Freedom 250, which is the White House card. Um, so we're just gonna be reacting to them, giving you my, you know, early predictions. First off, we've got Sterling versus Zalal. Um, Decent fight. It should have been Yair Rodriguez versus Sterling. That's the one that made the most sense, but I don't know where the fuck Yair Rodriguez is. That guy goes AWOL literally every year. Like he fights once, and then we don't see him for 2 years. Like, um, yeah, man. Um, this fight, I feel like Sterling is gonna win, just because I don't know. I feel like his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu, it's obviously it's on another level. He's the um former UFC bantamweight champion. Yusuf Zalal, he got a good win over Josh Emmett, who just got knocked out brutally by Taporia 2.0. Um, but yeah, man, no, just Aljamain Sterling, I just feel like he's better overall than Yusuf Zalal. I feel like he's gonna be able to out wrestle him and backpack him. Yeah, man. Aljamain Sterling in his last fight, he had a really close fight against Movsar Evloev, who's fighting this weekend. Um, and that was a very back and forth wrestling match. And the fact that he was able to go back and forth with Movsar Evloev, um, yeah, I feel like Aljo's definitely just gonna be able to out wrestle him and stuff like that. Um, Davy Grant is also on that card. Gonna be at the Apex. A lot of Apex fights that they have been announcing. Um, Now next we got JDM versus Carlos Prates, which is an absolute banger. I wish it was Prates versus Michael Morales, but I'm not complaining with this. This is also a good fight. Um, and they're also sending Benil Dariush to the Shadow Realm with Quillen Salkeld. But yeah, I feel like this should have been the fight in the first place. This is a short notice, or not short notice, because this still has a long way to go. Um, Benil Dariush was supposed to fight somebody else. I already forgot, but yeah, Quillen Salkeld is now the replacement, and yeah, he's absolutely going to slime out Benil Dariush. Um, so yeah, now JDM versus Prates. This is a very interesting one because Prates has that KO power, that range, kickboxing shit. Um, and then JDM, he's very well rounded. He's got good anti grappling, even though he's not gonna have to worry about it this fight. Um, he's got good boxing, really good boxing. He's a really good volume boxer. Good with combos and stuff like that. So and also has really good defense with the boxing. Um, so it's going to be an interesting fight. I'm leaning towards JDM, but I feel like Protez has a chance to catch him in an exchange, and that could potentially knock out JDM. I do have that vision in my mind. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of like torn, but I'm leaning more towards JDM. So yeah, and then oh gosh, Hamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland, UFC 328. Um, Pretty good card. We got a rematch of Jan Blachowicz and Bogdan Guskov. Their last fight was UFC 322 with Marab and Peter Yan. Um, but that ended in a draw, so I guess they're running it back. Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley was supposed to be a fight night, but they moved it to the featured fight of this card. Alexander Volkov, Waldo Cortez Acosta, very good fight for the heavyweight division. Ateba Gutierrez, they're pushing them back up. And then Hamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. Now, everybody has been talking about this fight like it's the best thing the UFC could have done, that they're so excited for it. I'm not. Okay. Yes, I'm excited for the press conference. Both these guys hate each other. Let's be for real. Are we really excited for the fight? Like, you're like, this isn't the best versus the best that we've been wanting. If that was the case, then it should have been Imavov versus Chimaev, and that's what I feel like it should have been still. But this is just for for the fans. That's what this is, or not for the fans, but like for like the literally it's just for the press conference, dude. That's all everybody's talking about is the press conference for this fight, because they both like to shit talk and they both hate each other. But Sean Strickland is such a boring fighter. He just does his weird boxing guard stance and teeps and fucking jabs, and then Hamzat Chimaev just wrestles. I do think Hamzat Chimaev will struggle a little bit with Strickland, and if he does, that's how you know it's going to be a terrible fight, because we're either going to see Hamzat Chimaev, because Hamzat Chimaev doesn't have the greatest striking. So we're either going to see Hamzat Chimaev try to strike with Sean Strickland and, just get jabbed and teeped up until eventually he gets a takedown. And then it's just going to be control for the rest of the round. That's how every round is going to be. Yeah, I'm not excited for it. I feel like, yes, obviously the buildup is going to be insane, but I also think that the fight is going to be garbage. So yeah, I obviously think Hamzat Chimaev is gonna win. I think he's gonna wrestle him, like out wrestle him every round. And yeah, I just feel like it's gonna be a boring fight. I'm not really excited for it. As everybody else is. Like, I don't get the hype on it. But next we've got Arnold Allen, Melchizael Costa. Decent fight, Apex fight. Two big names. Yeah. Well, not really big names. They're like mid-tier names that like hardcores will know, or like if you keep up with the UFC recently, then you'll know. Arnold Allen had that win against, or that fight against Gene Silva, obviously lost, and then Melchizael Costa just knocked out Dan Ige with a spinning back kick. So, yeah. I genuinely don't know how this would go. I feel like Arnold Allen is very well rounded. He's got good boxing, and then Melchizael is a very good kickboxer, with some jujitsu in there. We can check his wins. yeah, he's won a lot of these wins. KO'd his last two wins are by KO in the first round. Um, yeah, he's got some submissions in his game too. He submitted Andre Philly. Yeah, he's got a bunch of. He did lose to Thiago Moises, so and Steve Garcia. So yeah, I feel like Arnold Allen could win. Arnold Allen is like he's only losing to these very good guys. Gene Silva, Mozart Evloev, Max Holloway. He beat Dan Hooker back in 2022, but he's been he's taken a lot of time off. I don't know what's been wrong with him. He might be like what you call it, might have been injured or something, but he's only losing to these very good guys, like elite level guys. So I just feel like Arnold Allen is probably gonna get it done, but I don't know. We'll see how time changes whenever we get closer. Next, we got Song Yadong and Davison Figueiredo. Very good matchmaking. That is at this is China. This is in China. Um, we've got Okay, I don't even want to talk about this fight. Sergey Pavlovich versus Taliesin Teixeira. Why? Why? After Taliesin Teixeira had that boring ass fight against Tai Tuivasa, where they both gassed out in the after the first round. Why are we feeding him to number 3 ranked Sergey Pavlovich, an old guy who I don't know. His last win was August of last year. Um, and yeah, he lost to Sergey Pavlovich. Just he's old. Sergey Pavlovich is getting very old. But I don't know. I gotta rewatch his fights, especially his recent one against Waldo Cortez and Rosenstrike. Um, Rosenstrike, I don't even. He's not even in the UFC anymore. So, but I got this music. But yeah, I I don't get why this fight would even be booked. Um, yeah, he should be fighting like top 8, whoever's like in that range. Like, don't why are we rewarding boring ass fights? Like, even this is gonna be a boring fight too. Not even Sergey Pavlovich's fault. Taliesin Teixeira's fault. Gosh, dude, it's pissing me off, dude. But I guess heavyweight needs whatever it can get. So, yeah, it's not even letting me. So we got Song Yadong, Davison Figueiredo. Fight makes absolute sense. Davison Figueiredo, obviously former flyweight champion, moved up to bantamweight and has a couple good wins in bantamweight. But yeah, I just feel like he's getting older. I do want to see his last loss was to Umar, um, recently in January. Um, so yeah, which I mean, Umar is obviously like one of the best um bantamweights right now, and yeah, Song Yadong, he's also just losing to amazing guys. He won against Henry Cejudo, but that was like kind of there was controversy with that. He lost against Sean O'Malley, lost against Peter Yan, and then lost against Corey Sandhagen. Like he's losing against these very good, literally top 5 guys. Corey Sandhagen, I'm sure he's like number 3. Sean O'Malley, what is he like? I don't number 2, something like that. I don't know. Peter Yan's a champion right now. Um, yeah, like he's losing to these elite level guys, and I feel like yeah, Song Yadong. I just got a feeling that Song Yadong is gonna be able to piece him up on the feet, but I would like to see how he would be able to deal with the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu of Davison Figueiredo. Um, yeah, but I do got a feeling that Song Yadong is gonna win. But yeah, I'm excited for that fight. Next we got this is the last fight that they announced. Bilal Muhammad and Gabriel Bonfim. It's okay. It's okay. Like it's not the greatest fight in the world, but you know, Gabriel Bonfim, very good prospect. His last win is against Randy Brown, which is odd that he's getting that big of a jump from Randy Brown to Bilal Muhammad. But yeah, I don't feel like I know much about Gabriel Bonfim to be able to, actually point out flaws that he has in his game and stuff like that. Bilal Muhammad, he's good everywhere. He's finished guys on the feet, one guy, and then yeah, I mean, he's obviously known for his wrestling. Out wrestled Leon Edwards. Mm. And yeah, I mean, Bilal Muhammad is still good. I mean, his recent losses are literally to JDM, the former champion, Ian Gary, who should be fighting for the welterweight title next if the UFC isn't dumb. But yeah, man, I mean, just by looking at it, obviously, I feel like Bilal Muhammad's gonna win. But you know, I'm gonna have to do more research on this fight and actually see what Bonfim actually has. I'll rewatch his last fight against Randy Brown and fights before that, and yeah, we'll see. But I mean, yeah, those are all the fights that the UFC has announced up leading up to the White House card. It's all right. I mean, it's not like I'm not too hyped about it, but you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So yeah, man. I mean, that's all for today. Later on in the week, I'll post the video of my predictions of Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy. And yeah, man. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon.